Welcome, folks, to the July edition of CST Live Online. First up is that comedy duo Abbott and Costello, who will take us to New York City this evening. And now, who's on first?
Well, Costello, I'm going to New York with you. You know Bucky Harris, the Yanks manager. He gave me a job as coach for as long as you're on the team.
Look, Abbott, if you're the coach, you must know all the players.
Oh, all right, I certainly do.
Well, I never met the guys, so you'll have to tell me their names. Then I'll know who's playing on the team.
Oh, I'll tell you their names, but strange as it may seem, they give these ball players nowadays very peculiar names.
You mean funny names?
Strange names, pet names, like Dizzy Dean.
And his brother, Daffy.
Yeah, and Daffy Dean, yep.
And the French cousin.
French?
Gouffet.
Oh, Gouffet Dean, yeah, I see. Well, let's see. We have on the bags, we have who's on first, what's on second, and I don't know who's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
I say who's on first, what's on second, and I don't know who's on third.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
You going to be the coach too?
Yes.
And you don't know the fella's names?
Well, I should.
Well, then who is on first?
Yes.
I mean the fella's name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who?
Yeah.
Look, you got a first baseman?
Certainly.
Who's playing first?
Well, that's right.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it.
All I'm trying to find out is the fella's name on first base.
Who?
The guy that gets the money.
That's it.
Who gets the money on first base?
He does. Every dollar. Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. Well, what's wrong with that?
Look, all I want to know is when you sign up the first baseman, how does he sign his name to the contract?
Who?
The guy.
Who?
How does he sign it?
That's how he signs it.
Who?
Yes.
All I am trying to find out is what's the guy's name on first base?
No, what's on second base?
I'm not asking who's on second.
Who is on first?
One base at a time.
Don't change the players around.
I'm not changing nobody.
Take it easy, buddy.
All I'm asking you, who's the guy on first base?
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
What's the guy's name on first base?
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Oh, he's on third. We're not talking about him. Now, let's get back to first.
Now, how did I get on third base?
Well, you mentioned his name.
If I mentioned the third baseman's name, who did I say is playing third base?
No, who's playing first?
What's on first?
What's on second?
I don't know.
He's on third.
There I go. Back on third again. Will you stay on third base and don't go off it?
All right. What do you want to know?
Now, who's playing on third?
Well, why do you insist on putting who on third base?
What am I putting on third?
No, what is on second?
You don't want who on second?
No, who's on first?
I don't know. Third base.
That's what I said. Not difficult.
Look, got an outfield?
Sure.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Then tell me who is playing left field.
Who is playing first?
I'm not. Stay out of the infield. I want to know, what's the guy's name in left field?
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking who's on second.
No, who is on first?
I don't know. Third base.
That's right.
And the left fielder's name.
Why?
Because.
No, he's center field.
Well,
that's the fella's name.
Look. You got a pitcher?
Sure.
The pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you then.
Well, go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
At what time tomorrow are you going to tell me who's pitching?
Now listen, who is not pitching? Who?
I'll break your arm if you say who's on first. I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
Now what's on second?
I don't know.
Third base.
Got a catcher?
Certainly.
The catcher's name.
Today.
And tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
Oh, all we got is a couple of days on the team. You know I'm a catcher too.
So they tell me.
I get behind the plate, do some fancy catching. Tomorrow's pitching on my team, and a heavy hitter gets up.
Yes.
Now, the heavy hitter bunts the ball. When he bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out at first base. So I pick up the ball, and I throw it to who?
Now that's the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's all you have to do.
Is throw the ball to first base.
Yes,
Now, who's got it?
naturally. No.
Look, if I throw the ball to first base, somebody's got to get it. Now, who has it?
Naturally.
Who?
Naturally.
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 So I pick up the ball and throw it to naturally.
No, you don't. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's different.
That's what I said.
You're not saying that.
I throw the ball to naturally.
You throw it to who?
Naturally.
That's it.
That's what I said.
Listen, you ask me.
I throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
Oh, now you ask me.
You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's it.
Same as you.
You just change them around.
Same as you. I throw the ball to who? Whoever it is drops the ball. The guy runs to second. Who picks up the ball, throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow. Triple play.
Yeah. Okay.
Another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to because. Why? I don't know. He's on third and I don't give a darn.
What?
I said I don't give a darn.
Oh, no, that's our shortstop.
And that was Who's On First, the classic Abbott and Costello routine performed by Don Reece and C.W. Bardsher. Now we're going to take a couple of minutes here and reset the studio to bring you Gracie Takes Up Crime Solving. This episode of the Burns and Allen radio show first aired in 1947. George Burns and Gracie Allen were a comedy team that also got their start in vaudeville and then later performed on radio, films, and TV. They met in 1922 and spent over 40 years together working as a comedy team. Their act was consistent. Gracie was the addle-headed, daffy wife, and George was the forlorn, henpecked husband. It was a formula that worked very well for them. They're in both the Radio and Television Hall of Fame. In the radio episode you'll see this month, Gracie wants to emulate the romantic life of the crime-fighting couple on her favorite radio show, The Tall Man. So she drags George off to seek a caper to solve. When this episode originally aired, one of the actors was Mel Blanc. He later voiced cartoon characters Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and many others too numerous to mention. One of the writers of this script was Paul Henning. He later went on to create television sitcom classics like The Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres. George Burns and Gracie Allen will be played in our show by Terry Veal and Amanda Lee. They'll be joined by Don Reece and C.W. Bardsher, along with Paul Austin, Denise Hughes, Chris Crane, and David Patterson.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure. Pour me a cup, Gracie.
You know, Maxwell House is always good to the last drop.
And that drop's good, too.
Yes, it's Maxwell House coffee time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen, also known as Terry Veal and Amanda Lee. With yours truly, Bill Goodwin, also known as Don Reece. Our happy postman, Chris Crane, joined by David Patterson, Paul Austin, Denise Hughes, and C.W. Bardsher. After Abbott and Costello's turn at the baseball stadium, there's still more Friday night comedy enjoyment with George and Gracie at CST Live Online. And for your everyday coffee drinking enjoyment, it's Maxwell House, the coffee that gives you so much more for so little more that it's bought and enjoyed by more people than any other brand of coffee in the world. Yes, Maxwell House, the coffee that always good to the last drop. CST Live Online is always free, but donations for Carpenter Square Theater are greatly appreciated. You may donate easily by using the Donate button on the home page at carpentersquare.com. RK1 Studios is assisting CST at no charge, so tips for the studio can be made via Venmo using the handle RK1. That's RKONE. And now, on with the show. It's evening in the Burns home. George is in the den working, while Gracie is huddled in front of the living room radio, listening to her favorite crime program.
You killed the plumber.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Take that.
Ugh!
Open up! It's the police!
Come and get me, coppers. 4 of you, huh? Take that.
Ah! Ooh! Yee! Oh no!
You're a mad dog! You killed the plumber!
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Take that!
I'm stabbed. The laugh is on you. The wine you drank was poison.
Well, I guess it can't be exciting every week.
Gracie, would you turn the radio off for a minute? I want you to hear a joke I just wrote for our program. I say to you, good news, Gracie. I won today at Santa Anita, and...
Oh, that's very cute, George. One of the funniest jokes you ever wrote. Now let me turn the radio back on.
Wait a minute, that's not the whole joke.
Well, it's all I have time for. I'm listening to my favorite mystery program, The Tall Man.
The tall man?
Yeah, it's all about a private detective named Rudy and his wife, Trudy.
Rudy and Trudy.
Oh, such a lovable couple. Every week they go out for a walk and fall over a dead body.
Sounds lovable.
I'll turn it back on so you can hear it. Rudy and Trudy are about to solve the case of the punctured plumber. Oh, I'm dying to find out who punctured him.
Well, I'm ready to name the murderer, Trudy.
That's Rudy.
Are you really, Rudy?
That's Trudy.
Thanks, I never figured that out.
It was very simple, Trudy. As you remember, when we fell over the plumber's body, his crooked partner, Joseph Jones, was standing beside him with a smoking revolver in his hand.
Yeah, he's the one. He did it.
Is he the murderer, Rudy?
No, he's innocent.
Shucks.
We then noticed, Trudy, that his jealous ex-wife, Sarah Smith, was kneeling on his chest with a dagger between her teeth.
She's the one. She did
Yeah,
it.
she did it, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Is she the murderer, Rudy?
No, she's innocent.
Oh, pooh.
We also discovered, Trudy, that his insane nephew, Ben Brown, was lurking at his feet with a shotgun and several hand grenades.
He's the one. He did it.
It must be him, yeah.
Is he the murderer, Rudy?
No, he's innocent.
Oh, darn it.
Then who did puncture the plumber, Rudy?
The murderer was Ebenezer McGonagall.
Oh, darling, you're so clever.
Thank you, sweetheart. Well, we better get home and get some rest.
Yes, let's...
Now, turn it off, it's driving me crazy.
Well, they fooled me again. I'd never have guessed that Ebenezer McGonagall was the murderer.
Who was Ebenezer McGonagall?
Well, I don't know. That's the first time his name was mentioned.
I thought it was Sam Grogney myself.
Oh, I wouldn't miss the tall man for anything.
Yeah, it's a great show. Now, about the joke I wrote, I say good news.
Oh, dear, I'm tired of jokes, George. Why don't we have adventures like the tall man and his wife, and we do them on the air?
Forget it.
You could be the short man.
Gracie.
Or the bow-legged man.
Gracie.
Or the middle-aged spread man.
We're not gonna be detectives.
Oh, but they lead such exciting lives. They just walk down the street and stumble over corpses. Come on, George, let's walk down the street.
Gracie, those things only happen on radio mystery programs.
I don't believe it. Aw, please, let's go for a walk.
All right, I'll go for a walk.
Good.
But I don't expect to wind up in a mystery. I'm only going because I need some fresh air. Now, listen to my joke. I say to you, good news, Gracie. I won today at Santa Anita, and you say, really? What jockey was riding you?
You do need some fresh air, dear.
Yeah, we'll take a long walk.
Oh, I'm so excited, George. I just know we'll run into something sinister any minute now.
Yes.
A gang of gangsters, or a band of bandits, or a hood of hoodlums.
Sure.
George!
What is it?
Look at that man coming towards us. Look at the way he slinks along. Oh, I know he's a desperate criminal.
Gracie, are you?
He's coming right up to us. We'll capture him red-handed.
Excuse me, I'm the new minister. Could you direct me to the parsonage?
2 blocks down. Come along, Sherlock. Well, you solved the case of the sinister minister.
Oh, all right. I was mistaken about him, but I still say we'll have a terrific adventure.
Oh, sure. Something is bound to happen.
I think I smell an opium den.
You smell tobacco. We just passed the cigar store.
Oh, is that where you buy your cigars?
That's right.
Then I don't smell tobacco.
Gracie, would you just forget this idea? Let's...
George!
Now what?
Oh, I knew it. Look, there's a dead man lying on the sidewalk. He's been shot.
By golly, it is a man. Let's see what's wrong with him.
Straight out of line.
Some dead man, and you thought he was shot.
Well, he's half shot.
Come along, Sherlock.
Well, I'm not discouraged, George. I'm positive we'll discover a crime.
Yes.
We'll capture a bank robber or a murderer or a... Did you hear that woman scream?
Yeah, it came from that parked car.
Oh, quick, open the door.
Yes? What do you want?
It's Bill Goodwin.
Oh, hello, Burnses. Meet my girl, Frances.
I'm sure.
Was that you who gave that terrible agonized scream?
Well, not agonized exactly.
Yeah. I told her she couldn't see me again till tomorrow. They all scream when I tell them that.
Oh, brother.
Hey, what are you two doing out roaming the streets this time of night?
Well, I've been looking for a corpse.
Looks like you found one.
Well, let's go, Gracie. So long, funny man.
So long, boogeyman.
I can't understand why we haven't found any crimes. By now, the Tall Man program would have had 2 murders and 3 commercials.
Let's go home, huh?
No, not yet. Gee, it's dark along here.
Yeah, it is kind of dark.
Perfect spot for a murder.
Yeah, nice little spot.
George! Look at that figure coming toward us through the shadows. It looks like an ape. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, George, he's coming closer. Oh, I can hear his footsteps.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Burns.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Postman. We thought we saw an ape.
No, just me. I went to the movie alone tonight.
Would you like to go walking with us, Mr. Postman? We're out looking for crime and adventure.
Oh, no, thanks. I had my fill of it in the movie. Humphrey Bogart shot people like crazy. Bang, bang, crunch. Bang, 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 crunch.
Crunch?
The fella next to me was eating popcorn.
I wish I could take criminals like Humphrey Bogart does. They didn't try to run away from him, but he always shoots them in the end.
Yes, he's wonderful. Well, I better be limping home. I drove my old wreck of a car to the movies, but when I wanted to drive it home, it was missing.
Well, that's a tough break, Mr. Postman.
Yes, now I will be late getting home to Bertha, and Bertha will scold.
Yeah, she'll be angry.
Well, you speak up to her.
I always speak up to her. She stands 6'3". Well, good night, Mr. and Mrs. Burns. And remember, keep smiling.
Gracie, what do you say we go home?
Not until I find a crime to solve. Oh, there must be... I've got it! The postman said his old wreck of a car was missing. I'll catch the crook who stole it. Oh, Mr. Postman!
Yes, Mrs. Burns?
Could you give me a description of that old wreck of yours?
Well, yes, as I told you, she stands 6'3".
No, not your wife, your car, the one that's missing.
Oh, it's a blue 1928 Essex with white wall fenders.
Don't you mean white wall tires?
No, our garage has white walls, and when my wife drives...
Say no more, I know what you mean.
Well, goodbye again. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, George, there's our crime. We'll solve the case of the missing 1928 Essex. Too bad it wasn't a new Studebaker.
Why?
Well, if it was... No. Let people point at us. Let them say we're freaks. We haven't done a Studebaker joke, and we're not going to do it now.
Don't touch that dial. We'll take a brief intermission. There's just enough time to refill your beverage, use the facilities, or make a donation to Carpenter Square Theater. Look for the donate button on the home page at the theater's website, carpentersquare.com. To donate to RK1 Studios, use Venmo, and their handle is RKONE. See you on the radio in 3 minutes. Red River Valley. Riding the range in Texas, the lonesome cowboy once sang the cowboy blues. The great American folk song was born.
Which is how great folk music happens, Bill. From those windswept Texas prairies where the Red River runs to, well, the country over from coast to coast.
Yes, indeed, Meredith. And the song has lived on to become a familiar and welcome part of our American scene. And in much the same way, Maxwell House coffee has become a welcome part of the American scene. Coffee here in America is nothing less than a national drink. And more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee at any price. It's Maxwell House, wherever you go. Explaining this nationwide popularity, of course, is flavor. That good to the last drop Maxwell House flavor that results from the masterful blending of these carefully selected Latin American coffees. Manizales for mellowness. Medellins for richness. Other choice coffees for vigor. And Bucaramangas for full body. Adding up to a great coffee at the very peak of perfection. Just say Maxwell House, always good to the last drop. Well, last night, the postman told Gracie his 1928 Essex was missing, and Gracie, inspired by her favorite crime program, The Tall Man, was up at dawn this morning to solve the crime.
Well, I'm back, George. I've been to the scene of the crime, and I found out who stole the postman's car.
Who?
The James Gang.
The James Gang?
Yes.
They've been gone for 75 years.
Oh, well, maybe they're laying low till the heat's off.
Forget it. The postman's car was not stolen by Jesse and Frank James.
Well, who's talking about Jesse and Frank James? I'm talking about the new James Gang, Harry and Betty.
Harry James and Betty Grable?
Mm-hmm. If that surprises you, wait till I tell you who's in their gang. Clark Gable, Norma Shearer, Wallace Beery, and Shirley Temple.
They stole the postman's 1928 Essex.
I've got 'em dead to rights. They left footprints at the scene of the crime.
Footprints?
Yeah, in their haste, they stepped in some wet cement.
Where? Where was the postman's car parked?
Outside a movie theater.
Then you found those footprints in the cement in front of
Grauman's Chinese, yeah.
Those people are movie stars. They put their foot...
Well, sure they're movie stars. That's all part of their car-stealing racket.
Huh?
Well, first they make a movie. Then that lures people into the theater.
Yeah.
And while the people are in the theater, boom!
They
steal cars.
Gracie.
What a sweet little racket. When I give this story to the police, somebody's gonna get put away.
I think the audience guessed it. That's you they're gonna put away.
Me?
Yes. Gracie, those footprints have been in front of Grauman's Chinese for years. Now give up and let the police handle this.
Would the tall man and his wife give up? No. They'd go down to the underworld and start looking for bench robins.
Bench robins?
Chair sparrows?
Do you mean stool pigeons?
Yeah, stool pigeons. That's it. Well, come on, let's go.
Yeah, I am not going to the underworld.
Oh, that's what the tall man and his wife would do. Either that or some weird and unbelievable character would walk in their door.
That won't happen either.
Good morning, all.
I take it back. Oh, Meredith.
Meredith, would you like to help me solve a crime?
Oh, indeed I would, Gracie. I've always had a flair for detective work. As a mere lad back in Mason City, Iowa, I solved a most astounding and baffling mystery.
Oh, what was it?
Well, squash came up in our turnip patch.
And you found out why?
Yes, by dint of shrewd questioning, I learned that squash had been planted there.
They should make you chief of police.
Well, all right, Meredith. You are now my assistant. Together, we'll find out who stole the postman's 1928 Essex.
Look, Gracie, I've got to go to the office. Now, play detective if you must, but promise me you'll stay away from the underworld.
Yeah, I promise, dear.
Good. See you later.
Well, Meredith, as soon as he's out of sight, we'll start for the underworld.
But you gave George a promise.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna break it because I love him.
Because you love him?
Well, yeah, if I ever kept a promise, he'd drop dead. Let's go, Meredith. Well, Meredith, we're in the toughest saloon in the underworld. Are you ready to start detecting?
Ready, Chief.
Now, our job is to locate a stolen 1928 Essex, so we'll pretend to be a pair of crooks from out of town. Hey, you! Bartender, give us a couple of low balls.
Yeah. You mean highballs.
I mean, low balls. We only got time for a short drink. Now, get a move on and stop flapping your trap.
You're pretty tough, ain't you, baby?
Yeah.
You bet I'm tough. Ever hear of Alcatraz?
Sure.
I'm his sister, Gracie Catraz.
Yeah. And I'm her mall.
I never seen you before.
I've been in stir. The cops caught me and put me in Sing Sing.
Sing Sing is a prison for men.
Yeah, were they embarrassed?
Yeah, I bet they were.
Yeah.
Me and my mall's out here trying to pull off a big job, and we need a getaway car.
Getaway car, huh?
Yeah,
What kind you want?
a 1928 Essex.
What do you want to get away from? Gabby Hayes?
Yeah.
Aw, come on. Know anybody who's stolen a 1928 Essex?
Sure.
Where is he?
In Glendale.
He lives there?
No. He stole the Essex last year, started for New York, and that's as far as he's gotten.
Oh, a wise guy, huh?
Go on, beat it. You're a couple of phonies.
Yeah.
Nobody talks like that to Gracie Catraz. Take him for a ride, Meredith.
Come along, sir. Griffith Park is lovely this time of year.
Oh, get out of here.
Well, George, we didn't find the postman's car. If you stole a 1928 Essex, where would you go?
To a psychiatrist.
Oh, why don't you help me detect, George?
No. Leave crime to the mystery program. Yeah, come in.
Well, hi, Burnses.
Hello, Bill.
Hey, what's new?
Well, Gracie wants to be a detective like the tall man.
Yeah, Bill, but of course, I can't call George the tall man. I'll change tall to broad.
What'll you change man to?
Look, comedian, why don't you revive vaudeville?
It's impossible, George. When you kill something, it's dead.
Now, Bill, please don't tease George. I'm serious about this detective work. The postman's car was stolen, and I'm on the trail of the crooks.
Really, Gracie?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I used to do a little amateur detecting. Maybe I can help you.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Now, first, you've got to be able to identify the criminal type.
Uh-huh.
Now, the man who stole the postman's car will have a high, receding forehead.
Yes.
Shifty, close-set eyes.
Yeah.
A weak chin, large, protruding ears.
Yeah. George Burns, did you take that car?
Gracie!
Come on, confess.
Now look.
Give him the third degree, Gracie. Beat him with your hose.
What? And ruin my good nylons?
Okay, kiddies, break this up.
Hey, what kind of a car was it, Gracie?
A blue 1928 Essex.
What? A blue 1928 Essex?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I saw that car just this morning.
Oh, where, Bill?
Sitting on a used car lot.
Oh, well, come on. Let's grab it. Which lot? Madman Muntz?
No. Besides, haven't you heard? Muntz isn't mad anymore.
Why not?
I told him about Maxwell House coffee. He's happy now.
Oh, happy now?
Happy man. Can you blame him? Maxwell House is rich, delicious, and mellow.
Bill.
That famous Maxwell House flavor, you know, is the result of careful selection and blending of premium Latin American coffees, radiant roasted to perfection.
Bill!
It's no wonder more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee in the world.
Bill!
Yeah.
Where did you see the car? Was it at the Smiling Irishman's lot?
No.
The Scowling Scotsman?
No.
How about the chuckling Chinaman?
No, wait, let me think. I was on my way to get breakfast when I saw the Essex.
Was it okay?
Oh, delicious. Had Maxwell House coffee. Gosh, Gracie, Maxwell House is the very best in coffee drinking pleasure. Yet it costs but a fraction of a penny more per cup than the cheapest coffee you can buy. That's Maxwell House, the coffee that's always good to the last drop.
Oh, Bill, please try to remember the used car lot where you saw the Essex. If George and I solve this case, it means a new career. It means George can give up telling jokes and singing.
Oh, that did it. It was the frowning Frenchman.
Ah, thanks, Bill. I'll go right over.
Wait a minute. I better go along to keep you out of trouble. Well, this is the place, Gracie. The frowning Frenchman's used car lot.
Yep, and there's the postman's Essex.
Ah, good day, good people. Interested in buying a car, I presume?
Oh, yes. I want a car that would be suitable for my husband here.
Ah, how about a sporty model?
Well, look at him.
Oh, my mistake.
We'll take that 1928 Essex.
Just the car for him. And it's a steal.
Yeah, we know that.
Only $2,000.
$2,000?
Well, of course, that's without the extras.
Oh, what are the extras?
Oh, the wheels, the body, and the motor.
Oh, I suppose they would come in handy. May we drive the car around the block to see how we like it?
Why, yes, here's the key. And I'll go into my office and figure up that total cost.
Quick, George, while he's in the office, we'll grab the car.
Okay.
Start the motor.
Darn it, nothing's happened.
Oh, we've got to escape before he comes back. Get out and push.
Push? But it's 14 blocks to our house.
Well, it's the only way, George. Roll up your sleeves. I'll help you.
You'll help me push?
No, I'll help you roll up your sleeves.
Oh, okay. You steer. Oh, gee, I'm ready to fold up. How far have we gone now?
6 blocks.
Funny, we were going downhill and the car's harder to push than we would start it.
Well, I didn't want to leave you behind, so I put the brakes on.
Gracie.
Keep pushing, dear.
Oh, no fooling. I can't take much more of this. How soon do we get to our house?
Oh, we've already passed it.
Past it?
Well, yes, as long as we were out, I thought I'd go by the market and shop for dinner.
Gracie.
Keep pushing, dear.
Ugh. Oh. Oh. Well, home at last. I wouldn't do that again for $1 million.
Oh, I'm proud of you, George. By pushing that car, you foiled a dangerous criminal. You're a real gangbuster.
I don't think a gang is all I busted.
Well, it's all over. We've solved the case of the postman's missing Essex. I telephoned him as soon as we got here and told him to come right over.
Will he be surprised when he sees the car in our garage?
He certainly will. Come in.
Hello, Mrs. Burns.
My goodness, I just called you 5 minutes ago. How did you get here so fast?
I drove over in my car.
You got a new car?
No, the same old Essex. See, there it is in front of the house.
But last night you told us it was missing.
Well, it was, but a mechanic cleaned the spark plugs, and now it runs fine.
You mean to say that car wasn't yours that was stolen?
Oh, no.
Then the Essex in our garage really belonged to the used car man. I'll probably wind up in jail.
Oh, no, you won't. Wrong, wasn't I?
All right, don't nobody move. Which one of you drove this Essex up in front of this house?
I did, officer.
Come along to jail, you car thief.
But, officer, you don't understand.
I said come along.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mr. Postman. Remember, keep
smiling.
Join us again next month when we'll be back with CST Live Online. This is Bill Goodwin, Don Reece. The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show is written by Paul Henning and Keith Fowler. Till next time, good night and good luck from the makers of Maxwell House, America's #1 coffee, always good to the last drop.
Hate to face that morning race? Get a flying start with instant Maxwell House coffee. It's instant, it's new, it's good to the last drop too. and thrifty. A jar of instant Maxwell House makes as much as a pound of regular coffee. Ask for instant Maxwell House. Good to the last drop.
This has been CST. That's Carpenter Square Theater Online. We'll be back next month on August 21st and 22nd at 7 p.m. See you on the radio online.
Good night, folks.
Good night.